Hello from Chinich.com. This is Mark Josie. Today I would like to do an update on the Tiberius 9.1. This is the Tiberius 9.1. It's a carbine, and what I did was I actually want to use HPA, high pressure air, with this one. So I got my Ninja tank. This is the Ninja HPA tank. Okay, it's filled to 2,700 psi right now. Okay, so it's a 13 CI tank. Basically, what you need to do is you need to disassemble the gun. You can watch YouTube for other people's video telling you how to do it. Disassemble it, and one thing you need to do is to replace the CO2 stem with a solid stem that the gun package came with. Now, just using an adjustable wrench, you can change that out. It's very easily done. And even like I haven't disassembled the Tiberius before, I actually just spent like 5 minutes doing it. And the hardest part is to put the trigger back in the right spot, because there's a spring here that needs to show. And first when I assembled it back, the spring didn't go back in place, and so it's not firing. So that's one thing that I wanted to tell you guys, so in case you got your Tiberius 9.1, you know what the hard part is. The hard part is not taking the gun apart, but assembling it back with the hammer, the trigger spring, and that's one part. The other thing that's pretty easy, just watch some YouTube and you get it. Now, here's the ASA block. Okay, here there's little screw here. Okay, you screw it all the way in to tighten it, and that will close this end, meaning that no air will go inside. So what you do is, okay, with HPA, it provides consistent power, and also it provides more shots, of course, more than 12 gram CO2. And so here we go, HPA tank. You stick it and screw it on like that. Very easy. Okay. And then hold it right here to screw, which is easier. And now we're at the maximum point. You screw it a bit more, and then you turn this to loosen it up to open the ASA, and then you hear a click, and then after that you screw it in a bit more, tighten it up a bit more. There we go, we're done. Okay, so the click from the gun tells you that it's gassed up, and then you can turn it a bit more to this side, and now you can use the tank as a stock and it can fire. So now the gas comes from only here, and you cannot use 12 grams CO2 anymore. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now we got two magazines here, one from my Tiberius 9.1, one from the 8.1. So let me screw this on, and it will look like that. Okay. Just showing you how it looks like. Okay. So when assembled, looks like that. You have your pressure gauge at top, so you can see how many air you have, and you can keep shooting. Notice that I put my riser mount so I can see it clearly, see the sight clearly. Yeah, it's pretty nice. And I don't like to put the suppressor on when I'm shooting at home, because it makes the gun louder. Now I adjusted the gun to shoot about the 300-ish FPS range, so I'll test the gun out right now with you guys on my Chronograph. Today we're shooting RAP4 Rubber Rounds, .68 caliber, of course, and let's load the mag up. So there we go, the magazine. Okay, we have 8 shots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 shots. The other one, Tiberius 9.1 and 8.1 magazines are interchangeable. You can exchange magazines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, great. So we have 8 shots here as well. Okay, so 2 magazines. You see we don't have CO2 inside. Now let's check it out on the Chronograph, and we'll be testing it out. So let's shoot 2 mags together. If you open the ASA and screw the air in, okay, make sure that you also like open it and then tighten it a bit more. I tried to open it and then just shoot, it will keep loosening up. So you need to really tighten that up a bit more. And I tried a 48 CI tank. It's like bigger and it's way too heavy. So 13 CI is more than enough. So now let's check it out, okay? Here we have a chronograph. We're shooting a bit further away from the target because we need to give it some space for the CO2 to go. So there we go, our first shot. Let's test it out. First shot, it's 292. .305. Not bad. 294. The sound is not so bad too. 291. .295. You see how stable that is? The consistent FPS. 296. 302. 297. I think I'm out. So let's take out the magazine. Yep, I'm out. Okay, so that is the power. It's very consistent, as you can see. My second magazine goes in right now. And also, putting the magazine inside the gun is even more, like it's even easier. So let's try it out. Okay, 298.9. So I think we do one more shot and that should be it. So we're getting all about the same FPS range right now. We got a low of 291.3, a high of 305.3, average 297. So that is quite impressive, as you can see. It's really, really impressive. So I'm not sure if I can like really tune up the power a bit more, but I think I'm pretty okay right now staying at this range. And if you put a hopper on, it's quite something. So let's try out a few more shots. Whoops, error one. We got a 301. So shooting about 300 FPS. Not bad. 299. 294. 302. 303. Okay, no more. Out of ammo. And we're done. Shooting all that cost me, what, 2 magazine of shots? I am about 200 PSI gone, so yeah. So in our session today, we got a low of 294.3 and a high of 303 and an average of 299.2. That's about 300 FPS. Very good, impressive. So let's come back here. Okay guys, so we're done with the chronograph test, and as you can see, the Tiberius 9.1 on HPA is very consistent. Now, how do I take off the tank? You don't want to keep the gun pressurized for a long time because the regulator and all that is going to take the stress. So you want to turn off the ASA by doing this to tighten that knob right here. And then after that, the gun is basically left with like one shot. So you fire that, see? 2 shots and you're out. After 1 shot and the second weak shot, you're done. So now you can unscrew the tank like this, slowly. Okay. And then you hear a little snap sound. The air comes out, vent out, and there we go. Okay, so now the gun cannot fire, see? And if you want to use CO2, you cannot do it because here, if you plug CO2 in, put it in here, the stem here is already changed. It cannot take gas from there. If you don't change that, the when you put HPA in, the air is going to leak out from here. So that's why you need to only choose one option. And don't worry guys, if you're on a field with a CO2 HPA tank like this, okay, you will be thinking, what happened if I run out of CO2 or whatever, or air, like I finished the tank? You can unscrew the tank and get one of the 88 gram CO2 adapter, and then put it here, and then screw 88 gram of CO2 inside, and there you have 88 gram instant CO2. Or of course, people can bring like 2 or 3 of these tanks on their rigs, and then they will be ready to go. So that's pretty crazy, eh? So yeah, that's my update on the Tiberius 9.1 with the HPA setup. It's really impressive. Now I would say that I would like this gun to be on HPA, and my Tiberius 8.1 will be on HPA from here, from the magazine, and also with CO2. That provides more flexibility. But this one, I like it to be on HPA all the time. So that's pretty cool. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and like. Bye bye.